So, like, yeah, I had a cup of tea just kind of sitting there, and someone was all like, "Oh, spill the tea, sis." And of course, flipping Amelia Bedelia had to be around, and now, like, half my apartment stinks of tea.
Wait, who spilled the tea?
Oh, that's right, you're not familiar with Amelia. Why is the game lagging so badly? Right, you're not familiar with Amelia Bedelia, are you?
I am, but I'm asking you who actually spilled the tea. What you or Cinnamon?
No. I I poured some tea down the drain earlier, and
Oh,
my kitchen does reek of tea, though. Like, that is a thing that is kind of happening.
I mean, that's a good thing. Tea smells nice.
It's a strong scent, and I don't do well with strong scents.
Oh,
Let's get this transferred over there, then run back and check on all the cops. Uh, but no, yeah, I got myself... I filled my, like, mug up with milk, put it on my desk, because, like, hey, I'm gonna have some milk while I record. And then as I went to sit down, I knocked the mug over onto my lap. So that was that reaction that I had, that you were all like, what just happened? Was, yeah, I knocked
gotcha.
my mug over. So, since you're curious about what I've been going through, I just knocked a... No, I just knocked a mug of milk onto my lap. I'm fine, though. It only spilled a couple of drops. I'm good. Oh yeah, I got my new backpack finally. Backpack is nice, it's neat. It's all fancy and stuff. My mom put
Nice.
her crafting label on the bag. So front and center, Corbury Customs. And it's
Oh,
like, it's not a giant logo, but it is front and center. But I mean, hey, if anyone wants a really high quality bag, backpack, purse. She also does clothing. She's made me, like, dresses and stuff. That's been nice. So if anyone wants some nice, high quality, well made stuff, it's gonna cost you, but it's gonna be worth it. Yeah, go check out Carberry Customs. Hopefully you can just Google it. And if that doesn't work, then I don't know where you go to find it.
hmm. Hmm.
But yeah. Also, I realized that last episode I never actually mentioned how the inspection went. I just want to say the inspection went well, and I passed it, and everything is fine. Just
Good.
for those in the audience that might be concerned about it, it went well, and it was fine.
Good.
Yeah. Cleaning isn't too hard when you have, like, 3 vacuums for it. Mopping, meanwhile, mopping is still annoying to do. I don't think I could ever really get the hang of mopping properly. It's not so easy as just, you know, wetting the floor. You gotta, like, make sure there's no, like, streaks and stuff. It's like, what? I don't know what you're supposed to do. Also, in local channel news, I've gotten to the point where I've basically caught up with everything that I had pre-recorded. So, I have to start doing a bunch of recordings again.
Okay.
Like, hold on, I'll double check this to see. Oh, right, I closed that because I'm a genius, of course. But I think, like, say with the Danganronpa,
Danganronpa.
31, and then, wait, what's Danganronpa going on? No? Yeah, basically, we have about a week to start with the next Danganronpa game that we're going to do.
I
The
mean, I
last
already
episode,
told you. Yeah?
like, the last episode of Danganronpa 2 is going up this week.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like 3 weeks ago when we recorded it, but it apparently was. What the hell that's lagging this so badly? It shouldn't be lagging so much, but I'll close down the... So yeah, basically, I have 2 videos set to upload already. Yeah, I don't exactly have a whole lot. After I finish recording here, and I also have to record... I have to record 2 videos for tomorrow specifically. This one and that Witch Spring R game. Which, I really thought I'd be playing more of it by now. That game was nice and cute and fun and all that. Do 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 do. But yeah, I have to get back to actually doing a lot of recording because I've been doing only like 1 video a day instead of doing the 3 videos a day that I should be doing. So if I can get back in the loop of doing at least 3 videos a day, then things are going to be better. See, that's what I've got going on.
Nice.
See, I feel like I'm going to go and do probably a bunch of recording today. Or maybe not a bunch. Maybe a few more videos. I got a whole... Yeah, I mean, we already recorded 1 video earlier. That should be going up on Saturday. So that's another weekly series that's getting started. So, you know, woohoo, celebrate, all that stuff. So yeah, what else is up? I have no idea.
I'll tell you what's up. I am sending you a couple of things to worry about after you're done recording today.
Uh-oh. Were we good or were we bad? Cinnamon, stop!
Worry good.
Oh, good, good. Sometimes people ask me why I like using, like, sealing, like, thermoses and stuff instead of actually just using, like, glasses for, like, water and milk and whatnot. And I mean, got my answer just before we started recording. I knocked this thing into my lap, only spilled a few drops. So I can finally eat my cookies with some milk. Yeah, that cookie bake mix stuff that I got flipping years ago. Yeah, finally decided to actually make the cookies. They are good. Do 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 do. Wait, don't sleep yet. Watering can. Okay, now we can sleep. Meow.
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 Come my little meow meow. Gonna give him a spank. Little meow meow likes a good spank. Don't you, little meow meow?
Bonk.
Meow. So you said, like, the other day, that apparently I do a good job of emulating a pigeon. Maybe that's why Cinnamon likes me so much. She thinks I'm a bird. So. Do.
I mean, let's put it this way. Has he ever tried to eat you?
I mean, I'm sure he's tried to do, love bites once or twice, but what cat hasn't tried to eat people? Right, Cinnamon?
True. Meow.
Meow. Cinnamon, no claws. No claws, Cinnamon. Cinnabon. Cinnamon pie. No claws. I can feel your claws. No. You can
Meow.
You can come up for snuggles, but no claws. Don't make me snip those little kitty claws of yours.
Meow.
Yeah, don't make me claw you with my human claws, huh? How do you feel about that, huh?
Meow.
Yeah? What do you think about this, huh?
Meow.
Yeah. So yeah, now I'm just looking for the next excuse I can have to show off my new backpack.
Uh-huh.
Silly cat. And like always, not much else to talk about. Okay, wait. Stuff to talk about. Oh gosh, that's why I'm going. I think I'm going. So many series have ended in the past like week or two, or about to end this week, that I need to revamp my upload schedule for the new stuff. So I need to figure out where I actually need to start uploading again. So there's all new stuff coming out and doing things here and there and every which way. And it's like, okay. So Sunday, the 11th. So today is that episode of Casey's Mod that we did together. Sunday, I like to have as stuff that we do together. Would you want to do more Casey's Mod together?
Sure.
Alright, so yeah, we can do some more Casey's Mod to keep uploading for Sundays. It's really weird to play a game that doesn't have an actual ending when, like, the point of the channel is to beat games, but technically Casey's Mod has, like, a soft ending because it's, you know, roguelite instead of roguelike. Mondays, Witch Springer. Metroidvania Monday, of course. Just for the alliteration, not for actual purposes. Tuesday is supposed to be something. Oh, Rune! Also a Metroidvania. Metroidvania Tuesdays, obviously. Danganronpa Wednesday. Thursday.
Danganronpa, that's a Metroidvania, right?
I think so. I mean, really, if you think about it, you're going around to, like, the same area again and again, but as you play through the game, you get more, like, skills and knowledge and stuff that you can then use to unlock new areas and get access to places that you couldn't have access to before. Thursday. I need a new thing for Thursday, because I did Astronium for last Thursday, but I beat that game, and I'm not going to try to play that game again to get one of its few special achievements, because those are like, why? Beat the game without getting health upgrades, or beat the game without getting a new weapon, or beat the game without dying, I think might have been one of them. So I still need something for Thursday, and then Friday miscellaneous, but having stuff for Friday would still just be useful, and then Saturday is as always, just do something new. So it's like, okay, what? So I need something for Thursday and Friday as placeholders. I mean, I could do this new game that I'm... What is this new game? Tevi. Right. Tevi Thursdays. Instead of, like, Tevi Tuesdays. Because that would actually be more alliterative and cute and all that.
Sure.
So on the Thursday, did it go up on the 6th? Yeah, I did, so I still need something for this Thursday, as well as for Friday. Put Tevi up on Saturday. Oh, wait. No, can't do Tevi for Saturday. I need to do, the new Danganronpa game needs to go up on Saturday, because technically that's a new game.
Okay.
So then Tevi will have to wait an extra week. So I need even more placeholder games. Yay! You know, maybe we can just do like a plate-up restaurant or something. I still remember having a lot of fun with like a... Was it Extreme Mode or whatever? Turbo Mode, Coffee, Restaurant, Crystal Corral. And just actually serving all of the different dishes that I could find. Difficult, but quite a bit of fun. Could go up there, don't want to. Could grind.
Morning.
Morning! More like. Wait, didn't I... No. Oh, it's Monday. There's no... The bathhouse isn't open today. Right. Mining is so close to level 99. Once it reaches level 99, then we can just forget about it. We'll be fine enough. Theoretically speaking. I remember that there was this one game that I did a Let's Play of bloody well years ago, and I never actually finished it. It was essentially Dark Souls, but you play as, like, an anime girl. Maybe I should try playing that game again.
I mean, that just sounds like Dark Souls.
One of the bosses is a girl with her teddy bear, and after you kill her, the teddy bear is the stage 2 boss.
Nice.
And when you say nice, killing the girl in the first place was hard enough, and the bear just obliterated me. Like, I don't know if it was a skill issue, or that I need to grind and level up a lot more before I'm ready. But probably both.
Probably.
And I mostly distinctly remember one particular boss fight that the opening songs are... You remember that song in Ruby where Team Ruby fought the Aesops?
Sure.
And it starts like da-da-da-da-da at the beginning. Yeah, the song in Little Witch Nobita, the game, starts the same way. So every time I went into the boss fight, I kept thinking that they were going to play, like, that song from Ruby. And then, like, the lyrics never happened. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a whole different, like, franchise. Of course they wouldn't play that song. And then I go, you know, 5 or so minutes into the fight, I die to the boss, reload my save, go back in, the music starts playing, I'm like, alright, I like this song. Oh, wait. Literally, like, I think at least 13 times in a row, I thought that they were going to play that song, and they didn't. Because by the time I got back to the start of the fight again, I had forgotten that was how the song had started.
Silly Claire.
Hey, maybe we should play some Little Witch Nobita tonight. Yeah. Also, speaking of playing a whole bunch of games, that is something that had been brought up with me recently. With the way that the uploading goes, you know, for like the weekly uploads, it's, you know, one episode, like one different episode each day for the week. So if I'm recording the episodes, like, as they come out, essentially, I play one game for an hour, play a different game for an hour, play another game for an hour. And that's just how it is. But then we get issues, potentially, like we did with Danganronpa, where we don't play it for 6 months and forget everything. So it's like, and I mean, with other games, even just not playing it for a week, I forget all of the controls, like back when I was doing Cuisino, which I completely dropped for no particular reason. So it's like, okay, well, well, would it then just be better just to play one game all the way through instead of, 1 hour a week? And it's like, yeah, that would be better. But then if it is better, why am I not doing it? If that's the way to go, why do I not go that way? And it's like, I don't really have an answer for that, Cinnamon. No. No, kitty, no. And it's like, because the idea of the upload schedule, at least for the weekly videos again, is that basically each week I get inspiration just, I find a game that I want to play, completely binge the game, like all day long, and then I can have that many weeks of one of the days being good and done. Yeah, if I go and play, Vin all the way through, well, now I don't have to worry about Tuesdays for the next, 3 months or something. And then next week I play, I don't know, we do Danganronpa for several hours. So it's like, well, now we don't have to worry about Danganronpa for another 6 months, kind of a thing. Like, especially if we actually beat the game in question. It's like, yeah, don't have to worry about that time slot. And then each week, just play through a whole different game. But the big issue with that is that I haven't had the wanting to actually play games. Which sucks and is annoying, but... And yeah, sure, I've been wanting to play games. We played Minecraft together. I've been doing Spirit Island a whole bunch. But I didn't wind up recording Minecraft like I had wanted to, and... Tabletop Sim is really bad for recording. Oh, speaking of which, Spirit Island, I think I was able to beat, what was it? Yeah. I found a difficulty 4 scenario that was actually, really, really easy to beat with my specific spirit of choice.
Interesting.
Yeah. The downsides of the scenario. 1, you cannot get a fear victory. Instead, you can get a victory in fear stage 1 if there are, I think if the number of places with buildings is less than or equal to the number of Dahan you win, or something. In Fear Stage 2, it's less than or equal to -1 or whatever. So basically, you need to have more Dahan than buildings to win. It's the idea. But just getting straight to Fear Stage 3 doesn't mean you win. Another downside is if you destroy a unit, if you destroy a building, it gets downgraded. So if you destroy a city, you put a town in that spot. Destroy a town, you put in an explorer. So, some really curious downsides, which especially led to, and this specific scenario, oh shoot, led to me having a very strange situation where I had 0, I had 0 invaders on the map, and I still didn't win because I was still in Fear Stage 1. Because you can only win on, Stage 2 or Stage 3, or... So on Stage 0, you needed 1 or 2? Whatever. Basically, I had 0 explorers. The map was just, me and Dahan. And we did not get the victory.
Huh.
Yeah, that's all the downsides. The upside, the like one upside to it, and what makes the scenario particularly easy depending on your choice of spirit. If you ever move the Dahan, each Dahan that gets moved deals 1 damage in its new space.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
One of the spirits begins with the card of, if you target a space with Dahan and no invaders, create a Dahan, then push up to 2 Dahan. And then you can use 1 time counter to do it again. Essentially speaking, create a Dahan, push 2 Dahan, create a Dahan, push 2 Dahan. So you make 2 new Dahans out of nowhere, which is like a lot more than most cards can do. And then you get to push 4 Dahans.
Interesting.
So yeah, basically pretty much just use that card over and over again. And I think I wound up drawing into, I think it was a major power card, where for the rest of the game, all Dahan provide defend 1 in their area. And like I said, for the rest of the game. So, yeah, that was useful. Really gotta say. I think I used that twice, so all Dahan provided 2 defense, and then I kept doing the make 2 extra Dahan and spread them around over and over and over. So the Dahan were already killing basically all of the invaders faster than they could come in. But if they didn't kill the invaders, then the Dahan themselves protected the area. And I didn't really even have to play almost anything else. All game long. It was cool. And Doctor! I want to buy some grass. Can I buy some grass off of you? Thanks, Doctor. Yeah, I really want to try to beat a game of Spirit Island with, like, maximum difficulty level. Just to prove that I'm awesome at the game. And considering that 4 is the highest difficulty of scenario, sure looks like I'll be, having to use that scenario to beat it. And yeah, there is a Spirit Island, like, video game format, which might be fine to record. But it's like $30, and it's like, do I really want to spend that much just to be able to properly record the game? Plus, you have to pay extra for DLCs. It's like, no, thank you. Oh right, just had a Ponies tabletop game. That went. I mean, it went. Don't really know where it was going half the time, but it was sure going at least. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I appreciate that you do.
So the party finally walks into the town that I've been trying to get them to go into for a while now. they see, you know, a couple of kids, like, having an argument, shoving each other, all that stuff. And, and so, of course, they, being responsible adults, try to get in the middle of this children argument. And it's like, one of the children gets, like, you know, pushed down into the mud and tries to, you know, needs to go clean up. A couple of children arguing over a girl liking them. You know, childish things.
Sure.
And it's... And eventually, bringing the kids to the school because they realize, oh wait, school is in session. These kids should be at school. Where the kids are just going crazy all over the place. I mean, it's ponies. Little Pegasuses, little unicorns discovering their magic. Just... They try to roll to, like, corral the kids, but they roll, like, ones. So they fail at corralling the kids. The teacher is currently failing at corralling the kids. They decide, like, okay, friendship circle time. Let's put on an awesome performance. So, like, okay, great performance. What's everyone else going to do to assist? Everyone else, like, rolls ones to be backup dancers. Like, yeah, that doesn't go well. And essentially, I'm sending the players on a wild goose chase, as it were, to try to get the answers for the questions that they seek. Because they're very interested in a local fire pony who lives around. Who lives near the town.
Mm-hmm. Wait, fire pony?
Yes.
Is that similar to an earth pony, but fire?
No, I gave them the impression that it was similar to a Wendigo, but like a fire Wendigo. And if any of my players are actually watching this, I hope that you stop watching now so you don't get spoilers for future plot points of the campaign. Not that I'm sure if any of you actually do watch this, but just in case. Because, no, actually, it's a Lyric. A pony of fire. The party's characters don't know what a Lyric is. So I described it, you know, best I could. It's like a pony, but like sheathed in flame, anger issues, very strong. And they're all like, oh yeah, fire pony. I mean, truth be told, it basically is, but... What's my mining level? Oh, it's raining.
It's pouring.
Oh god. My mom insisted that we watch some murder mystery show last night, and I thought it was just like a movie. So I was all like, yeah, sure, whatever. Probably be like 2 hours and then whatever, head off to bed, sure. No, it was like a 5-episode, like about 5-hour long series.
Jesus.
And like, me, thinking it was a movie, he, at the end of one rather, like, climactic part, said, it's like, oh, and that wraps up episode 1. And then, sure enough, episode 1 was over. And I was like, I was joking? Because again, I thought it was a movie. It had introduced the thing with, like, chapter 1, like, a few minutes in, so I figured episodic-based movie. No,
It
just
literally
a...
was just an episode.
Yep, and then we watched the other 4 episodes. And the worst part about it all, that it didn't actually explain everything that had happened. Like, we didn't get a conclusion at the end. We have to wait for season 2 to actually get the other answers.
Well, that's dumb.
And I wound up sleeping through some of it because it's a murder mystery thing. It's long, drawn out, and rather dull. Because they try to make it all very low-key so you can see all the little details, so you can know, like, who is who and what is doing what and who is doing who and all of this stuff. And yet, I say who is doing who, not actually as a joke. That was a plot point. Twice, at least.
I mean, I figured it would be.
3 times, actually. There were at least, scenes showing, like, 4 different couples doing it. This is on Disney Plus. Two of the couples were lesbian couples, so that was nice at least. For one couple, it was that they were getting blackmailed with pictures of them doing it, and then they decided, hey, I know we're in the exact same room where like these blackmail pictures were taken, but let's do it again. It's like, why, you idiot?
I mean, I think you've just answered the why. They're idiots.
Well, one of them was, like, running for election for some office. And was supposed to be a smart person. The other guy, absolutely an idiot. But the lady was supposed to be smart? And, like, yeah, I slept through some of it, so I didn't quite get all of the details, but I got enough to know that it's, like, they really wanted to draw it out a lot, and it really felt like that they're trying to do it in such a way of, like, this is how you be a detective and, like, solve crimes and stuff. Because, like, they would have, like, the 2 detectives, like, interviewing someone, and they would, like, cut to a scene of, like, the 2 detectives, like, talking to each other, supposedly after the fact. But it's also, like, they did it simultaneously. Because, like, one of them would ask, would be like, oh, yes, I heard something fall to the floor. It's like, oh, what did it sound like? Something metal? Well, and then, like, cut to the detectives, like, oh, you planted the image in the witness's head. You said it was metal. And, like, the witness is suddenly there with them in this other room. It's like, yeah, she did say metal. And the witness disappears again because, like, the camera turns and it's like, yeah, you can't, lead the witness on by planting ideas in them. It has to come from them, because if it doesn't come from them, they might just be repeating what you said, and then you can't really verify any of it because they'll have said whatever that you told them to say. And then jump back to the interview, and, like, one detective is no longer, like, leading the questions anymore, as if the 2 detectives had actually had that conversation right there and then, but had, like, left the room, and then the witness walked in to say, yeah, she said metal, and then walked back out again. It's like, did they just have that conversation mid-interview? Like, did they not? Did they look at each other and read each other's minds? Like, what? Did the one detective give the other detective like a stern look so she knows not to ask leading questions anymore and then actually have the argument about it after the fact? The witness apparently saw like a very specific set of shoes going into the, like, being in the room where like the murder took place, but it turns out that the person with that exact pair of shoes didn't actually commit the murder. It was actually someone else, and it's like, well, then what about the shoes that this person saw? Like, did they take the person's shoes to try to frame them when there'd be no way of them knowing that someone would have specifically and only seen the shoes? Like, you're leaving a lot of red herrings around.
Hmm.
Okay. It really says something when I'm uh more confused about the parts that I did see than the parts that I didn't see.
I don't know if that says anything about you so much as it says stuff about the show.
Well, it says something about something. I'll say that much.
Well, I have something to say. I need to use the bathroom.
Oh, how fun.
I will.
But yeah, it's just at the very beginning of the show, you hear like old man's voice saying, "It's like, oh yes, I am the greatest detective in the world." As they're like, "Oh, Sherlock Holmes, this will be interesting." So like how they do the Sherlock Holmes like analyzing people. It's like, oh yes, I can tell by the way that it's that gentleman over there is dressed that he has a longing for the sea, but he hasn't been out fishing in a while. Who he settled down. He started trying to do woodworking, specifically chiseling a piece of wood with his bare hands. You know, with just his hands and like a little chisel. Uh, he hasn't he doesn't he doesn't have that much experience with it, but it seems like he took that up after he stopped going fishing. He used to live in the Midwest, but now he's moved on out to the East Coast. It was 15 years ago, and it's like, I mean, if you want a way to describe your character, and try to force all of the character exposition basically down the audience's throat immediately, I gotta say that is a way to do it. Whether it's good or bad, it's one of those things where if you tried to do, if everybody did that all the time, it would be very, very bad. But if like one story out of like 100 does it, it's interesting. So it's like one of those prisoner dilemma things. Right? It's like your story, it's like your exposition can be, faster if you do it. It's not really a prisoner's dilemma thing, because a prisoner's dilemma is that for the individual, it's always better to do the bad thing, but for the group, it's always better to do the good thing. Ba 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 da ba. I should probably go to the school and make a few more healing potions while I'm at this. Yay, level 99 mining. Now I don't have to worry about slamming the hammer into the ground over and over and over again anymore, because that is finally done. Woohoo! Let's make some potions. Let's make some potions. Meow. My earbud went out for a little bit, or I temporarily went deaf in one ear. One way or another, things got a bit quiet. Farming is level 98. That's almost there. Logging is only level 30. So what else is there to talk about, to think about? To reminisce about. Excuse you, I'm swinging an axe over here. Whoa. $43 health. 15, so that requires 28 health. That's good healing potion. Because why not, really? I guess I can always just try to grind some more XP. That's also reasonable, I suppose. You know what? I should really, like, set... I want to try to set a goal for myself here. By next week, you know, by next Sunday. Because it is Sunday, that's why it's not Monday yet. I want to have completed at least one of the games that I'm currently working on for Let's Plays. Technically, I don't have to start playing for like another week. If I had done the demo of Tevi a few days ago, then I could have uploaded that for last Saturday, and then the proper episode 1 for tomorrow, but it's the Witch Spring Arc, which I could totally see myself just playing a whole bunch of that as well. Hopefully the permanent boosts are actually permanent boosts. Maybe I should look that up just so I don't get disappointed down the line, because if they are permanent boosts, then I kind of want to spend an episode like just grinding to get those materials over and over again. Because with enough experience in games and being able to see certain aspects of, like, say, stats and whatnot, it becomes possible to tell approximately how long a game is going to take. So essentially, if there's a level cap, and playing through the game casually, and not trying to grind, has you hit the level cap, one could reasonably assume that the game is not going to last too much longer beyond hitting the level cap. It was just reasonable to assume that they went, right? And of course, none of these are specifics, just guidelines. If there's... Oh. I believe I had seen it in Rune with, like, the global teleports, that there were only a certain number. Wait a second. Is this... Yeah, Ultimate Curry sells for $3 grand. Which isn't much, but... You know what? Hey, Curry. Yeah, I think it was Rin. Pretty sure it was Rin. When playing Rin, there is a certain number of world teleports. And one could assume that the last teleport would either be in the last area or just before the last area of the game. That they wouldn't, you know, have the last teleport in the game and then make you go through another couple of dungeons. One could assume. Playing like Dark Cloud, the map is only so big. You'd imagine that once you get to every one of the spots on the map, that would be the game. And of course, like, you know what? If you're still with us this long, go to the comments below and talk about times when this hasn't been the case, where something looks like it should have been the end of the game, that you could see, especially from as early as, like, as soon as you started, and then it turns out that that wasn't the game after all. Maybe the game ended well before expectations. Maybe there are spots for like 12 world teleports and it stopped after like 8. Or maybe there are spots for like 12 world teleports and then the game continued for 4 more world teleports and then it just kept expanding. Like, I believe when I played The Last of Us, it was something that I was always on the lookout for. And I think I got a little bit... I don't know exactly how to say it, when I realized that the game is just, you know, get from point A to point B, then from point B to point C, then from point C to point D, and it's like, they could keep putting point-to-point parts in the game, like, indefinitely. The game could have been 100 hours long, and I wouldn't have known. Or, like, oh, get to, like, this next point, and that could basically be, like, the second last chapter of the game. That could have been, like, the last chapter of the game, and you wouldn't know until you, like, get there. Also, I used the hammer by impulse. When I really should not have. Oh, hi, what are you doing in my home? Alright. Yeah, Rune Factory. You can kind of get an estimate as to how many dungeons there are supposed to be. Oh, whoops. And then see, it's like, okay, well, once you complete all the dungeons, that should be the end of the game, right? I think that was accurate for Rune Factory 1. Not exactly accurate for Rune Factory... well, Rune Factory 2, right? Or 4, or 5. And playing Danganronpa, you can imagine, like, okay, well, start off with, like, 15 characters, 15, 16 characters. Once it gets down to the last handful, like, there can only be so many chapters. Right? Was it like a Danganronpa game can't have more than 8 chapters? Essentially, because... especially if multiple people get killed off at once. Yeah, right? supposed to start off with 15. Chapter 1, go down to 14, 13. Chapter 2, go down to 12 and 11. Then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So yeah, chapter 6, if it, follows the normal chaptering, chapter 6, it would go down to 3 people. If only one person is murdered and one person executed each chapter, after chapter 6, you're down to 3 people. What you gonna do then? Because even if, someone does kill, you get down to 2. Even without the, you can kill 2 people per killing spree rule. So, okay, well, they both accuse the other of doing the kill. Now what? Alrighty. So yeah, Danganronpa game can't really have more than 6 chapters. And sure enough, I believe Danganronpa 2 had 6 chapters, so... I mean, of course, they could always, halfway through, it's like, hey, let's bring in another 10 characters. But that would be stupid. Stupid and also arbitrary. Which means that it could totally happen. I don't remember which Danganronpa game I was supposed to play next, but I haven't played it yet, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay. The 2 new games I just started playing. Tevi, I have no idea how long it's going to be, strictly because I haven't actually played the full game. I only played the demo of it. So I haven't actually played the... And the demo is specifically different from the main game in specific ways. So it'd be much harder to tell how far the actual game is supposed to go. Witchspring R. Witchspring R feels like it's going to be a short game because it's so easy to get permanent boosts. And at some point, those permanent boosts are going to have to reach a cap. So if I play long enough and I keep getting enough permanent boosts, eventually I won't be able to get more permanent boosts. And then, upgrade weapons and spells and stuff, and there's gonna be a limit for how much I can upgrade my weapons and, the spells that I can get, and that would be supposedly about the end of the game. So I don't think that Witchspring R is going to be a very long game. I don't know why I'm doing hand chopping motions for this. Really don't know. Very confused. Much going to end this episode. Bye-bye.